My name is Eddie Rosenstiel. In June of 1944, my squadron of PV-1s flying in the South Pacific was moved to a remote island in the St. Matthias group, halfway between Rabaul and Truk. The Japanese on Emaru had moved into the jungle and were supposed to be planning guerrilla warfare on the arriving U.S. forces. We arrived with our Coleman lanterns and our pet parrots on June 6, 1944, had our gear dumped alongside the landing strip and tried to find our tents about a mile away. It was felt we really should have an armed guard to look after our radio and particularly the radar gear beside the strip. I was picked for this duty. After several dark hours out there, I was able to get a radio going on batteries and began listening to the Atterbury Cocktail Hour. Harry James' recording of Sleepy Lagoon was interrupted by a short newscast about landings along the French coast. As I listened, I heard a noise across the strip. A cough, something, yipes. Who was it? Some of us, some of them. I figured it was them, and they saw an armed guard, they might slip back into the jungle. Or if it was some of us, would they take me for some of them? If I made my identity known one way or the other, I would probably be better off. So I lit a cigarette, started making some noise, and was hailed by, "Hey Mac, what you doing?" We exchanged a few pleasantries across the strip, and one of the guys came over and told me he was trying to decide if I was a member of the opposition, that they were about to fire at me until I lit that cigarette and they saw my face. They were guarding food and beer for their outfit. The beer sounded very enticing. I ask you, what better way to celebrate D-Day than to have a few warm beers with my newfound friends across the strip, avoid being shot at, and letting them know what I had heard on Armed Forces Radio about the landings on the French coast.